Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Now, I don't have any tattoos or piercings. Uh, I'm kind of needle phobic. I'm one of those guys that has to close their eyes and look the other way if I get a shot or have blood drawn. The idea of a machine sticking lots of little holes in me, well, forget it. Life is painful enough without adding to it. And when I grew up, there were very few people that had tattoos. A few sailors and a few guys, but you didn't see much of it. That has changed, and that has changed a lot. Now, I know there are like gang members and racists and neo Nazis and the Yakuza. They get their various symbols tattooed all over them. But tattoos are no longer confined to the fringes of society. Matter of fact, one would say they're very much in style. And now, they're still very popular with the military, and lots of athletes have tattoos. But there are also lots of Hollywood types that have them, including big stars like Angelina Jolie and Alyssa Milano. I've even seen them on models who are very careful about what they have put on their skin. And more, I see them on teenagers. And there are monthly magazines just dedicated to body art culture. So I think that there's no doubt that they're not a fad. They're here to stay. And it's not just that one little tattoo that people used to get on their butt cheek or their ankle or maybe on their forearm. Uh, Nowadays, multiple tattoos are definitely in, and even entire sleeves or people's backs become canvases for body artists. And I've heard, I haven't seen it, but I've heard that there are people that have had their genitals tattooed. I know that people get them pierced too, and their tongues and various parts of their body. I've seen that too. On a personal note, I once autographed a beautiful young woman's belly, and she said that she was going to have a tattoo artist trace that and actually tattoo my name right where I autographed it. I'll tell you something. That kind of devotion from a fan is very flattering. And even though I have no desire to get a tattoo myself, sometimes a nice little tattoo in the right place and done well can be pretty sexy. But remember that once you put a tattoo on, it's there to stay. I mean, you can have a tattoo removed, but it's uncomfortable and it does leave a scar. So it's a real good idea to give your tattoo some thought if you decide to get one. You might want to be real drunk or high when you get it, but not when you decide to get it. Think carefully about how big a one you want and whether you want to have it where you can cover it up easily. Which brings me to the subject of facial tattoos. Like I said, removing a tattoo leaves a scar, so you want to be very careful about what you put on your face. Uh, Now, I saw a news story about this young man who put the Romney campaign logo on his face. And at first, after Romney lost, I thought that he would feel very bad, but then I found out he got $15,000 for doing that. Now, that's pretty good. Though I wouldn't have one put on my face, I would get a tattoo if somebody was willing to give me $15,000 for it. But 20 years from now, nobody's going to remember what the Romney campaign logo looked like. Nobody's going to know what those two stripes on the side of his face mean. So they might get a different impression of him than what he's trying to project. Although the two stripes, I don't think, I mean, it's two stripes, so it's not going to be that effective. But you have to be very careful about what you put on your face. Uh, it will affect how people perceive you and could very likely affect your ability to find employment. I mean, hardly anyone is going to hire someone with a big tattoo on their forehead, whether it's a swastika or a rose. Thanks for listening.